Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the origin story of your childhood cartoons. I'm Astral Sagas, and today we're going to explore some creepy theories about our favorite childhood cartoon, Scooby Doo. If you're ready to ruin your childhood and brave enough to stick around, let's dive into the video. Why can Scooby Doo talk?
I never really thought of it before, but why can Scooby talk?
You'd think the gang would try to solve that mystery first, but they never really mention it, until one episode. In this episode, Scooby has a vision while in the van. He meets another talking dog who explains everything. The dog tells Scooby that he's a descendant of the Anunnaki, which are interdimensional beings, basically aliens, that came to Earth long ago to either help or harm the planet. These beings took over animal bodies thousands of years ago, giving them the ability to talk. Because of this connection, Scooby is smarter and lives longer than normal dogs, which is why he's so good at solving mysteries. Do you know the real story of Scooby Doo? He wasn't always the silly, lovable dog we know. Scooby was created in a secret lab as part of a strange experiment. A brilliant but unstable scientist wanted to mix human intelligence with a dog's loyalty to make the perfect companion. What they got was Scooby, a being unlike anything natural. He could talk, but it came with a cost. The experiments messed with his mind, leaving him scarred. Scooby escaped the lab, causing chaos as he fled. The scientists who underestimated him disappeared without a trace. When Scooby met the gang, they didn't question where he came from. They just loved his charm and his endless hunger. But every time they solved a mystery, Scooby was always ahead of them. He wasn't helping them find the truth. He was making sure they never found out his own. The post-apocalyptic world theory. This theory suggests that the Scooby-Doo universe is set in a post-apocalyptic world where society has collapsed and the gang travels through the ruins of civilization. Fans point to the abandoned amusement parks, ghost towns, and decaying mansions the gang frequently visits, often without any signs of modern infrastructure or a thriving population. The theory posits that many of the villains in the series, disguised as ghosts and monsters, are actually former professionals or desperate individuals who have turned to crime out of necessity in this bleak world. The gang's van, the Mystery Machine, becomes a symbol of survival, and Scooby's talking abilities hint at strange mutations or experiments that arose during the apocalypse. The mental institution theory. According to this unsettling theory, the entire Scooby-Doo series takes place inside a mental institution. Each member of Mystery Inc. represents a different mental health condition. Fred embodies obsessive-compulsive behavior with his fixation on traps and order. Daphne could symbolize histrionic personality disorder due to her love for attention and drama. Velma might represent an intellectual superiority complex, often dismissing others' input. Shaggy and Scooby are seen as manifestations of dissociative escapism, relying on food and humor to cope. The villains are imagined by the gang as projections of their fears or guilt. In this theory, the repeated phrase, "if it weren't for those meddling kids," is a reflection of their guilt or self-awareness breaking through their delusions. Scooby-Doo is a government experiment. This theory suggests that Scooby-Doo isn't an ordinary Great Dane, but a product of a secret government experiment. His ability to talk, display human-like intelligence, and even occasionally solve mysteries points to genetic or cybernetic modifications. Fans speculate that Scooby could have been part of a classified project aimed at creating super-intelligent animals for espionage purposes. The theory goes further to explain why the gang is always on the move. The government is trying to track Scooby down and recapture him. The group's seemingly carefree road trips are actually a cover for staying off the grid, and the odd characters they encounter might be other experiments or agents trying to lure Scooby back. Mystery Inc. are ghosts. This chilling theory claims that the members of Mystery Inc. are actually ghosts themselves, forever trapped in a purgatory-like existence. The reason they're always drawn to haunted or abandoned places is because they're stuck in a loop, solving mysteries of other restless spirits while unaware of their own fate. In this version, the Mystery Machine is a spectral vehicle, and the reason they never age or change is because they're already dead. Fans point out the eerie lack of backstory or personal lives for the characters as evidence that their existence is purely tied to the mysteries they solve. Some theorists even suggest that Scooby is a spirit guide, helping them move closer to accepting their fate. The gang is working off a curse. This theory suggests that the members of Mystery Inc. are under a supernatural curse that compels them to solve mysteries involving ghosts and monsters. Perhaps in their past, they meddled in something they shouldn't have, disturbing a sacred site or upsetting a powerful entity, and were cursed to travel endlessly, uncovering the truth behind supernatural phenomena. In this theory, Scooby-Doo acts as a protector or spiritual guide, helping the gang navigate their cursed existence. The villains they unmask are symbolic, representing different aspects of their own guilt or mistakes. The fact that they never settle down or escape their nomadic lifestyle is seen as a sign that the curse won't break until they find true redemption. The drug-induced hallucination theory. This theory proposes that Scooby-Doo and its events are not real at all, but rather the product of Shaggy's drug-induced hallucinations. In this interpretation, Shaggy is portrayed as a troubled individual who uses substances to escape from a grim reality, and the entire series is his way of coping with his bleak life. Here's how the pieces fit together. Scooby-Doo is not a real talking dog, but a projection of Shaggy's altered mind. His anthropomorphic behavior and speech are a result of Shaggy's desperate need for companionship and escapism. The gang are either figments of Shaggy's imagination or representations of people he's known in real life. For example, Fred could represent a past version of Shaggy's ideal self, Daphne might symbolize unattainable love, and Velma could embody a voice of reason he suppresses. The villains are symbols of Shaggy's fears and anxieties, which he repeatedly unmasks to feel some control over his life. The fact that they are regular people in costumes underscores how Shaggy's mind tries to ground his fears in reality, even as they seem larger than life. The theory takes an even darker turn when you consider the frequent themes of abandonment, dereliction, and isolation in the settings. These could reflect Shaggy's environment, a world where he is estranged and struggling. The endless road trips in the Mystery Machine could be his attempt to outrun his problems, while the mysteries he solves are his subconscious efforts to make sense of his life. We've reached the end of this episode. If you enjoy these kinds of theories and posts, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what you'd like the next video to be about. Until the next video, take care and goodbye.